Welcome back to the deep dive. How many times have you genuinely been asked how you feel, only to realize the language you have just limits your answer? Being good or maybe a little stressed.
Oh, absolutely. It's that universal linguistic gap, isn't it? We experience this, well, huge spectrum of human emotion,
Right.
but when it comes time to actually talk about it, we often just fall back on those really basic labels.
Hmm.
So today, we are deep diving into that essential skill, expressing feelings and emotions, and we're pulling from a structured guide designed to enhance communication precisely by moving past those defaults.
That's exactly it. Our mission today is really to equip you, the listener, with the linguistic scaffolding.
Scaffolding, I like that.
Yeah, not just, new words, but the actual grammar, those idiomatic shortcuts, and the techniques for adding the real-world detail.
Context.
The context, the stuff that transforms a basic "I feel okay" into something powerful, something that shows real self-expression.
We want to synthesize this material into actionable language tools so you can tell the difference between feeling good and feeling,
On top of the world.
exactly on top of the world. It's all about precision. And learning how to talk about your feelings is fundamental, not just for understanding yourself.
No, it's bigger than that.
It is. It's about building genuine empathy, real connection with everyone around you.
Okay, so let's unpack this. Let's start with the foundations, the core grammar.
The launch pad?
Yeah, the launchpad. The basic structure for expressing feelings. You start with "I feel" or "I am," followed by the emotion. Simple enough.
Seems simple. I feel happy. I am proud of my results.
But we can't just stop there, can we? That feels incomplete.
It is. That structure is just the mandatory entry point. The immediate next step has to be enrichment.
Enrichment.
Yeah, if you just stay at I am happy, you're really only communicating a binary state. Yes or no?
Like a switch.
Exactly. But emotion is a spectrum. It's a dial. So to capture the degree of that feeling, you need to bring in qualifiers or intensifiers.
Okay, so we level up immediately. We stop just saying "I am happy" and start adding that extra word, the one that conveys magnitude.
Think about the difference. I am happy today versus I am really happy today.
It changes the energy completely.
It does. Or look at the examples from our source. I feel super excited for the birthday party. Or even just using simple adverbs like so. I am so proud of my English improvement.
Oh, okay.
These small words, they carry significant weight because they communicate that energy level. And if you're learning how to express emotion in a new language, this is probably the quickest way to sound more natural, more emphatic.
But hang on, if I'm always using really, super, and so, doesn't that start to sound a bit, I don't know, like I'm exaggerating everything?
It's a really good point.
How do we keep it authentic while intensifying?
And that question brings us to maybe the most crucial component here. You have to connect the feeling to a reason.
Ah, the because clause. Okay.
Yes, the feeling itself is just a label, right?
Yeah.
The cause, the reason, provides the context, and it proves the emotion's sincerity.
So it's the connective tissue. That's what makes the statement complete and actionable for the listener.
Precisely. When you say, I am excited because I got a new phone, you haven't just identified the emotion, you've justified its intensity.
Right.
And this isn't just about better grammar. It actually shows a degree of vulnerability, maybe transparency.
Which builds trust.
That's the foundation of genuine trust in a conversation. It opens the door for the other person to respond meaningfully rather than just saying,
Oh, that's nice.
exactly, that conversation killer.
Okay, so establish the feeling, intensify it, and then anchor it with the reason.
Yes. And once you've got that cause and effect foundation solid, then you can start deploying the advanced tool.
The idiomatic expressions.
The idioms for high-level happiness. These are those linguistic shortcuts that really signal fluency.
So if you're extremely happy, you wouldn't just say very, very, very happy.
Well, a native speaker probably wouldn't triple the intensifier like that. They'd reach for an idiom. The source material gives us some great ones.
Like?
Instead of very, very happy, you might say, I feel over the moon.
Ah, nice. That phrase immediately captures that elated state.
It does. And then there's the even stronger one, I am on top of the world.
Okay, that signals peak joy, like euphoria.
Right. And these phrases are powerful because they use imagery, the moon, the world, to communicate a feeling that maybe plain words struggle to describe on their own.
These are absolute knowledge nuggets you can use immediately. Really good.
Okay, but now we have to transition. Because life, well,
It's not always on top of the world, is it?
Sadly, no. So the next challenge is navigating those negative and neutral emotions with the same kind of precision.
And the danger with negative feelings, I think, is that if they're expressed too vaguely, they can just sound like a complaint.
Yeah, rather than a request for understanding.
So the key here, just like with positive feelings, must be adding specific detail. If you just say, I feel sad,
The conversation stalls, doesn't it?
it does. We need that nuance.
For example, um, to soften sadness and provide context. I feel a bit sad because I miss my friends. See? The bit softens it, the because explains it.
Okay. Or when dealing with frustration or anger.
You personalize the boundary that was crossed. I am very angry when someone lies. That specificity helps the listener grasp the source of the discomfort.
And how serious it felt to you.
Exactly. How serious the emotional infraction was.
We also have idiomatic shortcuts for the negative side too, right?
We do. If you're feeling low energy or maybe just mildly sad, you can simply say, I feel down.
It's efficient. Signals distress without needing a whole long explanation.
And what's really fascinating here is the distinction the source material draws around the word frustrated.
Oh, right. It says this word is often misused.
It is, and frustrated is such a crucial distinction because it carries that specific weight of helplessness.
Helplessness.
Yes, it's not just anger. It's anger combined with a sense of being blocked or, unable to change the situation.
Ah, okay. That combination is really common when you're dealing with obstacles.
Pervasive. And using that single word, frustrated, captures that specific internal deadlock perfectly.
That makes a huge difference in communication. If I say, I am angry at this task, it sounds sort of proactive, maybe.
Yeah, like you might overcome it.
But if I say, I am frustrated by this task, it implies I've hit a wall. Maybe I need help.
It communicates a totally different level of need. Precisely.
Cool. And what about the in-between feelings? The neutral ones?
Right. Tired, confused, bored. These are really common, especially in, say, learning or work contexts.
And again, context makes them relevant, doesn't it? Saying, I am tired is okay.
Fine, but a bit bland?
But grounding it makes it conversational. I am tired after school, or I feel confused about this math topic.
Even I get bored when there's no activity. It connects that neutral state to an environmental trigger. It makes it part of a discussion about maybe future planning, not just a passing comment.
Yep.
This is where it gets really interesting, I think. Moving beyond just the mental states into, well, physical reality.
The body-emotion connection.
Yes. The sources remind us that the body, well, it rarely lies. This powerful link between physical symptoms and emotional states can be used as a communication amplifier.
Think of this as adding like physical proof to your statement.
Okay.
You're combining the mental state with a somatic, a bodily description. And this is essential, I think, especially when communicating high-intensity emotions.
Like fear, anxiety.
Or even excitement. It gives the listener a direct measure of your internal experience without you needing to find an even bigger adjective,
I love the concrete examples they provided here. Instead of just saying, I am nervous, which is quite abstract.
Yeah, what does nervous feel like?
Right. We say, my heart beats fast when I am nervous. You're sharing the actual physiological reality of the emotion.
Or linking anxiety directly to a behavioral symptom. I can't sleep when I'm worried.
Ah, that's a strong one. The inability to rest really proves the seriousness of the worry. Much more compelling than just saying, I am very worried.
It is. And the combination is often key. You link the feeling to the physical response directly. I feel nervous and my hands are shaking.
Okay, that immediately tells the listener this isn't mild nervousness. This is acute anxiety.
Exactly. And on the positive side, we use physical cues to convey joy, too. I feel excited and I smile a lot.
Right. So if you can successfully integrate these physical markers, your emotional expression becomes infinitely richer, more immediate.
Okay. We've spent, the first half of this deep dive focusing on how to articulate your own state?
Right, self-expression.
Now we need to shift to the interpersonal layer.
Yeah.
How do we use these tools to connect with and maybe support others?
Good point. The first step is simply asking, right? Inquiring. We need tools for checking in on other people's emotional well-being.
Start simple and direct.
So, essential inquiry phrases. The standard check-in. How do you feel today?
Or the phrase you might use when distress seems visible. What's wrong?
And sometimes, based on their demeanor, you might need to check an assumption you're making.
Like, why are you happy? Or the really specific, maybe slightly brave one. Are you angry with me?
Ooh, that takes courage. But the real payoff, I think, comes in the response. What the guide calls showing kindness and offering support.
Yes. This is where linguistic knowledge turns into genuine empathy. It's not just about receiving information anymore.
No, it's about validating the other person's experience.
Absolutely. When someone signals they are upset or down or frustrated, your supportive response is crucial. This is when you deploy the phrases that build that emotional scaffolding for them.
So start with the basics. Are you okay?
Yes, offer space. Do you want to talk about it? And the ultimate reassurance is often quite simple. I am here for you.
That's powerful. And for those moments when you maybe can't fix it.
Simple well wishes and acknowledgement go a long way. Hope you feel better soon. Take your time. Or just, I understand.
These phrases seem low effort for you, the speaker.
But potentially high reward for the person receiving them. It proves you took their emotional statement seriously. You processed it.
Let's use that simple scenario the sources provided. To see this in action, imagine a friend expresses worry about, say, an upcoming task, like a presentation.
Okay, so they might use that detailed language we covered earlier.
Right. They might say something like, ugh, I feel a little nervous and my stomach is like turning because I have that big presentation tomorrow.
Okay, so the appropriate supportive reply, grounded in this empathetic language we've been discussing, would be maybe to acknowledge the feeling first,
Right.
and then offer reassurance focused on their strengths. Don't worry, you will do great, you are confident and smart. Something like that.
And the result in the example, immediate emotional improvement. Thank you. Now I feel better.
Exactly. That brief exchange illustrates perfectly how providing detail from one side and receiving validation from the other uses this linguistic toolkit.
To build immediate rapport and actually change someone's internal state for the better.
Okay. We've covered a massive amount of ground today. Wow. Moving from core structure all the way to interpersonal support.
So what does this all mean for you, the listener, right now? Let's try and distill this into maybe 4 core guidelines you can apply immediately.
Okay. First, always use the foundation, I feel or I am, plus the emotion. Commit to this statement.
Second, add the essential components. Reasons, time expressions, maybe intensifiers to give context and that necessary depth. Use that because clause. Use it often.
Third, use those inquiry phrases we just covered. Actively ask others about their feelings. Make the conversation a two-way street. Don't just talk about yourself.
And fourth, crucially,
Yeah.
when they answer, deploy those supportive phrases. Show kindness, show understanding, offer that simple, powerful, I am here for you.
Right. And to really solidify this transformation, let's put these new tools to the test mentally. We can use the practice scenarios provided in the source material. We really encourage you listening now to mentally construct your answer using the advanced vocabulary, the idioms, the contextual details we've talked about.
All right, scenario 1. How do you feel when you get good marks?
Don't just say happy. Think about maybe that high-level idiom we mentioned.
Okay. Scenario 2. How do you feel when you lose your phone?
Again, go beyond sad or angry. Could you use frustrated? Could you connect it to a physical symptom like my stomach drops when?
Good one. And finally, scenario 3. How do you feel when you meet your best friend?
Use those high-level expressions of joy. Link them clearly to the connection itself. Feel that feeling and find the words.
This deep dive really wasn't just about learning new vocabulary lists, was it?
Not at all. It was about shifting your entire linguistic strategy for talking about emotions.
You now have the full scope, hopefully, moving from maybe a flat, limited emotional statement.
They're fine.
Exactly, to a rich, nuanced expression that genuinely captures your internal landscape.
And that nuance, that richness, that's where human connection really thrives. Feelings are universal, sure, but expressing them clearly, strongly, that's what makes our communication effective. It lets others truly see you.
So here's the final thought, the challenge for you.
In your very next conversation, today, tomorrow, what enhanced expression will you choose to use instead of a simple, closed-off response like, I'm fine or I'm good?
Try it, because the difference in how fully you are understood.
It could be immediate.
Yeah.
And profound.
That really is the power of language. Thanks for joining us for this deep dive into the language of human